And the secret of the little ingredient that we threw into it was unprocessed pure cocoa powder.
Huh.
There's so much research on dark chocolate. Pure cocoa is dark chocolate. And there's an ingredient inside that dark chocolate which is beneficial to the cardiovascular system, which is one of the reasons that Europeans, especially the French and the Belgians who eat all this chocolate, this dark chocolate, are so healthy. Even though they eat things that on our side of the pond we say are no good for you. They can enjoy desserts, we can't.
What are the green products you want to get them back to? We haven't discussed that.
We're working on some new technology of using nature as a way of rejuvenating cells. And we're getting into the phytonutrient world. You feed your cells, which are rejuvenated every 90 days, the proper nourishment that the new cells that are born are stronger than the old cells that are dying off. So basically you reverse the aging process. You have to do that at the phytonutrient area. So what we do is we bring in organic greens that are in high concentrated mineral soil. We make that into green products.
So these are like drinks and stuff you could make?
Now, we were originally going to look at drinks, but a lot of people don't like the drinks. They don't like the taste, and we're not interested in putting sweeteners in it. So what we did is we put it into capsule form. And the product is called Cellzyme, and it has clinical studies attached to it. It's actually part of our flu protection program that we have. We have a tri-product that builds the protection system of your body so that it will fight off the flu virus when it comes in. And we're heading right into that, the flu season.
You're right.
We build up your immune system, and we make it stronger so it can, by itself, fight off the attacks of the flu. And that's the best way to work with the body, is to make it stronger. And the body was designed to do that. You can't argue with God.
Right. And what are the other categories you mentioned in the cardiovascular system?
We have a similar process with diabetes. We developed a product called glucatine, which basically has all the common ingredients that we always find in most of the products that are sold out there. But we added a very good quality cinnamon to it. And cinnamon, everybody knows around the world, is used to control blood sugar. And then we have a Chinese herbal product that's made by the same doctor that developed the BP Balance, which is called Glucose Balance. And it has a proprietary form of herbs in it, Chinese herbs. You take it, your blood sugar goes right down. It's truly an amazing product. And then we have another product that we came out with called Diabel that was also developed in China, that's manufactured here in the U.S., that works with nourishing the pancreas. By doing that, your pancreas starts producing stronger insulin, and you become less insulin resistant.
Wow.
In dealing with that, we're dealing with both ends of diabetes. And, of course, the most important thing with both hypertension and diabetes is losing weight and exercising.
And that's where I help people.
Right. For myself, I actually found a product that was endorsed by the Chuper Foundation Institute in Washington, by Deepak Chuper. I'm going to start offering it to the people who buy from us. I actually invested in a distributorship with that company because the two products that they have really work well together.
And what is it that they do?
What they did is they used Ayurvedic formulations. They actually came up with an Ayurvedic juice formula, and they also came up with a Ayurvedic protein formula. And you use the two of them together. And what I've been doing, instead of having an egg for breakfast or cereal for breakfast, I have a protein drink for breakfast. And I mix it in with some almond milk. And it's fulfilling, and believe it or not, it's the first thing that's ever worked on me that I'm actually losing weight without having to change too much.
How wonderful is that?
That's great. I can actually see my toes again.
Aw, and I'll bet they're cute toes also.
I didn't remember whether we're there or not. The Geromatrix concept is to get everybody healthy.
What was the one you had for cholesterol?
Cholesterol, we have a red yeast rice formula, we have a Google Made formula, and then we have a plant sterol formula. We sell the three together. And the reason we kept them separate is in processing, they actually have to be kept separate.
I see.
Because you use different heat factors, and you can't use the same, especially with the red yeast rice. If you try to put it with plant sterol in a formula, it doesn't work as good as when you keep it separate.
And isn't the red yeast rice the natural ingredient that's in things like Lipitor and Crestor?
Well, no, they actually patented one of the 8 ingredients inside red yeast rice. And that ingredient actually is extracted when we make the red yeast rice because we're not allowed to have that in that. It really doesn't make any difference because the red yeast rice in its natural form works fine. And that was just one of the elements that they were able to duplicate and synthesize and put a patent on it. But you don't need it.
Right.
What happens is the body looks for food. The cells look for food. It does not look for pharmaceuticals. And pharmaceuticals make bodies toxic, where food is absorbed into the cells, used as energy and functionality, and then removed as waste. It's the natural process.
You know, Bob, this is the reason why I wanted to invite you on our little show, because 20, 30, 40 people write to me every single night to tell me what they're struggling with. In addition to the fact that they're really struggling with binge eating or emotional eating or compulsive eating, and nobody binges on broccoli, you know. It's always on like sugar and white flour and fat, and combination of them together is even better.
Yeah, that's all the comfort foods.
Right.
They temporarily make you feel good.
And almost immediately people feel bad afterwards, and they write to me about the emotional aspect of it, and a lot of times they are struggling with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, and those are all parts of it that need to be addressed in addition to the emotional aspects, which I've been having wonderful results with. They still need to deal with their physical health. Having come to you myself by accident, found you, I don't even remember how I found you, and I know that those products work for myself, I wanted to share you with them. The thing that I appreciate about you, which is the same thing I appreciate about myself, is that we have a passion for what we do because we come from it. So I was a very, very overweight kid. When I was 13 years old, I looked like my grandmother, and that wasn't a really nice thing to look like.
No, not at 13 years old.
And I've grown up into being a woman who was normal size after a lot of turmoil, just major, major turmoil dealing with my own emotional eating. So I have tremendous compassion and passion for this topic. And every time I talk to you, I am touched by your passion for creating these products, coming out of your own need, and then seeing how you can give back by offering them to other people.
One of the things I found out since, like you, I have these problems. I physically have these problems, is that losing weight is the harder of the three. It was important for me to control my diabetes and my hypertension so I could concentrate on my losing weight.
Right.
What happens is you go to the doctor and he says lose weight and you get rid of the other problems.
Right, right.
Because losing weight takes some time if it's done properly. I mean, there's a lot of crazy weight loss systems out there that put you on this yo-yo system that actually makes you worse than what you started with. It's not dieting that we need, it's a different lifestyle.
Right. The different attitude and feeling about yourself so that there's joy from all kinds of things in addition to food, and that food's not your only pleasure.
My greatest pleasure is reading because, I'm in an office and I do a lot of work and I work hard and it's my company, so I put in 18-hour days. I sit and read a book and it takes me places. One week I'll be in Tahiti and another week I'll be up in Austria. So I take trips with my mind.
Which I think is really fabulous because you take those trips and you find all these fantastic natural ingredients.
Absolutely. That's one of the unique things about us is that we find products from all over the world.
Right.
I've been retired from a very good career. So I'm not in this to make $1 million. I'm in this to help people, and that's my greatest satisfaction.
And so how do they get in touch with you?
They can either visit us on our website at www.geromatrix.com. Most of the time they can get me personally.
www.geromatrix.com.
Right. And I do love talking to customers and clients. Or they can call me on the 800 number, which is 800-403-9493.
403.
9493.
Perfect.
And that goes into my office. I'm the only one who answers that line.
Bob, this is really wonderful. I totally appreciate you finding some time that we could have this discussion. I can't wait to see your new products.
Actually, the newest product that we're working on will probably be out early next year, which is called Cardiozyme. And that is a nourishment product to make your arteries look and feel like they did when you were in your 20s.
Now, if you could do that for the wrinkles around my eyes.
That's another company that we're talking to.
Okay.
I would love to do that also.
Okay.
Everybody would love to look in the mirror and see that 25-year-old beauty that they once were.
That's right. Thank you again very, very much.
My pleasure. And anytime you want to talk to me, give me a call. I'd love to do this. Take care, Sharon.
You too.